There's a number that follows you around when you're broke. $2,000. It sits there in some financial advice article, mocking you. Start your emergency fund, begin investing, save 3 months of expenses. And you think, fine, I'll save $2,000. How hard could it be? 6 months later, you have $473. Meanwhile, someone else crosses from $20,000 to $40,000 in half that time. They're not working harder, they're not smarter, they're just operating inside a completely different financial physics. And the gap between you and them isn't about discipline, it's about a mathematical structure most people never see until it's too late. Here's what nobody tells you. Money doesn't grow linearly, it compounds, but compounding only works if you already have money. And that creates a trap that looks like laziness, but functions like gravity. Let's say you make $40,000 a year. After taxes, rent, food, insurance, and the subscriptions you forgot to cancel, you've got maybe $300 left each month. If everything goes perfectly. No car repairs, no medical bills, no weddings or birthdays or emergencies, you'd hit $2,000 in 7 months. Except things don't go perfectly. Your phone dies, your landlord raises rent, you get sick. Suddenly you're pulling from that fund just to stay flat, and the clock resets. This is the savings treadmill. You're running, but the belt moves backward. Now, let's talk about the person who already has $20,000 saved. They're not necessarily making more than you. Let's say they make the same $40,000, but they've got something you don't. Options. They put that $20,000 into an index fund averaging 7% annually. That's $1,400 a year they didn't work for. While you're scraping together $300 a month, they're pulling in over $100 a month from money that's just sitting there. They're still saving their $300, but now they've got $400 total coming in. By the time you hit your first $2,000, they're at $28,000. Not because they worked harder, because their money worked. This is the part that makes people angry, and they should be angry because the system isn't neutral. It rewards people who already have resources. The tax code does it, investment minimums do it, even bank fees do it. If you dip below a certain balance, you pay $35 a month just for being poor. But it gets worse. Let's zoom out. That person with $20,000, they can take risks you can't. They can wait for a market dip and buy low. They can invest in tax-advantaged retirement accounts that reduce their taxable income, which means they pay less to the government, which means they keep more to invest again. It's a loop, a feedback loop, and you are not in it. You, on the other hand, are playing defense. Every dollar you save is a dollar that might need to cover an emergency, so you keep it liquid, you keep it safe, which means it earns almost nothing, 0.5% in a savings account if you're lucky. Inflation is 3%. You're losing money by saving it. Here's the math that breaks people. If you save $2,000 over 2 years and inflation runs at 3% annually, your $2,000 is now worth $1,900 in purchasing power. You worked for 2 years to go backward. Meanwhile, that same 7% return the other person is getting, after inflation, it's still 4% real growth. They're moving forward, while you are sinking. This is where the financial advice industry gaslights you. They tell you to cut out lattes, stop eating avocado toast, budget better, as if the problem is your spending habits and not the fact that the game has different rules depending on how much you start with. A $5 latte every day for a year is $1,800, sure, but even if you cut that completely away, you're still only hitting $2,000 after 12 months of perfect discipline, and that's assuming nothing breaks. Meanwhile, someone with $100,000 invested is making $7,000 a year in passive returns. They could buy a $5 latte every single day and still out-earn you. The system isn't designed to punish irresponsibility, it's designed to reward capital. And if you don't have capital, you're taxed in time. This isn't just about individual psychology, it's structural. Wealth compounds, poverty compounds too. Medical debts, predatory loans, late fees, overdraft charges, they all pull you backward, and the distance between 0 and 2,000 is filled with landmines. Once you cross that threshold, though, things change. 2,000 becomes 5,000 faster than 0 became 2,000. 5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, because now you're in the loop. You've got a buffer. You can take a slightly better job that pays less initially but has more upside. You can wait for deals. You can avoid fees. You can start investing in tiny amounts and let time do the work. This is why wealth inequality isn't just about billionaires, it's about the invisible wall between people who have enough to make their money work and people who don't. That wall sits somewhere around $5,000 to $10,000 for most people, and crossing it is harder than anything that comes after. Here's the uncomfortable part. The advice is technically correct. You should save, you should invest, you should start early. But telling someone to start early when they're 35 and broke is like telling someone to be taller. The advice isn't wrong, it's just useless. And the people giving that advice, they usually crossed the threshold a long time ago. Maybe their parents helped, maybe they got lucky with timing, maybe they worked 3 jobs and sacrificed everything. It doesn't matter. Once you're on the other side, it's easy to forget what the treadmill feels like. So why does your first 2,000 take longer than the next 20? Because the first 2,000 is the price of entry. It's the toll you pay to access a system that rewards people who already paid it. And the question nobody wants to ask is this: what happens to everyone who never makes it across? They keep running, the belt keeps moving, and the gap gets wider.